Good morning, children. Now, social stratification continuation. Now, I'll recall the points which I taught you in the previous class. Now, major forms of social stratification. Major forms of social stratification. Now we will see here in the world, this social difference, okay, divisions where, like I told you, the nature of it, seeing the beauty, this height, weight, and next we saw that according as per the status, okay, next black and white and races, all this social stratification was since the beginning. And now we are seeing the different forms in the world. What and all we are seeing in Rome and all, we saw pebbles, partitions and all like that. We major forms were first were the primitive system, which had come in the earlier we are seeing long back. Next we saw this one, estate system, slavery. This is also one of the social stratification. Next we see estate system. This is Varna system. So Varna system we are seeing in India. Varna system is in India. So as per this thing, very ancient time, since ancient time, what happened to the administration of the society, for the benefit of the society, they had divided the society into four groups. Okay, so the first men were the Brahmanas. So as per Varna system, the first one were the Brahmanas, and they were meant for teaching, performing yajnas, and doing rituals. Next were the Kshatriyas. They were the kings and queens for protection of the kingdom. For political administration. And next were the Vaishyas for doing business. And next were Shudras, the manual laborers. Okay, these manual laborers, and other than these four groups, the fifth group were known as, they were not at all considered in any of the group. They were just kept outside, and they were known as untouchables. The fifth, and were known as untouchables. So they were meant only for cleaning and other purpose. And by this four section of the society, these untouchables were like profane. They call them as profanes, that like they are not purified, they are impure. And this way, these four section of the society considered this section of society, because they were meant only for the cleaning purpose. So all the filth and all that was taken by them. So later what happened in the Government Act, the Indian Government Act, okay, the Indian Government Act of 1935, okay, after this the Britishers, okay, the Britishers considered them as scheduled tribe and scheduled caste. Scheduled caste, scheduled caste and scheduled caste means SC and scheduled tribes, that is ST. So these, they founded them as, they named as the Britishers at the time of the Indian Government Act of 1935. As per this one, the Britishers considered them as scheduled tribe and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, that is SC and ST. Now we see this. So after this, what happened after we got independence? Many acts were passed, many articles were passed, and all that I'll be explaining you later on. Now we will see how they were denied in major things. So that is, first one is the lowest position, the position of untouchables in the society. So how it came? Since the beginning, from the Varna system, these people had suffered a lot. And Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar, is one of the architects who brought equality and reservations and all that in our constitution. He had put this forward, and because of him, now for the upliftment, we have uplifted this section of people, and in all the way, like education. See, education is one of the important, this one, what you call important weapon to fight against all these sins. Okay. So first one is the position of untouchables. So how is the position of untouchable? It is lowest in the lowest position in the social status. Lowest position in the social status. And next, they were in many, this thing, we are seeing their position was lowest in the society. And if you see, and these people were considered as untouchables, and according to Manusmriti, if you see Manusmriti, they were considered them as Chandalas. Untouchable was considered as Chandalas. And their belief was that anyone who touches the untouchable must purify himself. So many times they have to take bath and purify themselves. And next, according to Vyagapradha, if an untouchable comes in a distance of tail of a cow, then again he has to go for purification. Whoever it is, they have to go for purification. So this was the lowest position in the society, in the status. And in Malabar, what happened? In Malabar, what happened? They were stitching the footwear. So they were the people who were stitching the footwear. And these people only were not allowed to wear the footwear. So this is one of very evil practice in the society. So this who were stitching the footwear only were bare to wear the footwear. So this untouchability is a very gruesome evil practice in our Indian society. So next we see the lowest position. Next we see denial of education. So the next one is they were denied to get education. So we will see. So only the other section of people were allowed to, the children of them, and they were allowed to get education like recitation of Vedas, okay, only. So they were denied to learn what you call recite Vedas, recitation, and next they were not allowed to learn Sanskrit. Okay, so they were barred from education. So they were not allowed to study, and the other children who were from the other class of society were also not allowed to mingle with these children. And next they were like, and listen to teaching also was barred. So they were barred from listening. From listening, teaching also. Next. We see here, next is, and after this, what you call B.R. Ambedkar, okay, he said that education, he took out this one, that education is a public property. Education is public property and they should not be denied by this, and everyone must be given equal opportunity to study, to get education. And so thereby we have included so many reservations in every sphere, okay, like reservation in jobs and also in schools, everywhere this what you call right to education is given to, particularly to this section of people. You can see in the education sphere as well as in employment sphere, political elections, participating in elections, all that is given. And next we are seeing hence, and so now we have drafted the, and he is, B.R. Ambedkar is considered as a chief architect of this upliftment of the SC and ST. He is the chief architect to uplift this people and to bring education and reservation in the field of education, compulsory reservations for these people and in our constitution. Next we see they were denied for property rights. So their belief was that an untouchable should not have any property. They should be bad for having property, any property rights. So denial of property rights. So these people were not allowed to have their own properties, like maybe a house or land, anything in their name. So ownership was denied. And next we see the next one is denial of political participation. Denial of political participation. So in the society, like they cannot participate in any of the administration, political administration or anything, they were denied. They were not asked any opinions or anything. So only this 4 section of people were allowed to speak or anything like that, they were encouraged. And next we are seeing, and next again by B.R. Ambedkar, because of his efforts and all, many you are seeing what you call houses are built, and for them only land also is being given by the government. So in few, like whatever land we are having now, in that one part of it will be reserved for only for SC and ST to buy it or purchase it, and sometimes we are giving them in free of cost also. All over India it is there. So free land is given to them. And next we are seeing our Indian Constitution, after we got the freedom, and we of course are democratic type of government. So we had allowed, so the government has made compulsory rules and regulations in our constitution of equality, because our Indian government is democratic type of government. Here we give equal preference for everybody in all the criteria, right? In every sphere, equality exists. Right to freedom to talk, to speech, education, everything is given. So since then, the articles, let us know about the articles which are there for this one. Compulsory articles are there. And so what are the legal measures are taken by the Indian Constitution to eradicate untouchability? So legal measures. To eradicate, it's very important question, children. Now you see Article 17, okay? Article 17 So Article 17, what does this Article 17 states? That untouchability is offense act. It is if your if anybody, okay, if he follows this kind of system like untouchability at all and all, this is an offense act. That means you will be punished by the government, by the judiciary. You will be punished if you go against this, if you are following untouchability and all. And next is after some in the next, this government was found in 1955. Next, protection civil right. Protection of Civil Rights Act. It was found in 1976. This act was found in 1976. So as per this also, if any, we have to protect all the civilians, all the citizens of the country. So this one also it is. So according to this act, what we call this untouchability, if you are doing, like, we have to participate according to this act, participation of untouchability. Practicing of untouchability is prohibited, and after that in 1986, we see under this what and all these benefits are given to this SC ST to for their upliftment is there. Participation in voting and elections. Okay, this priority is given, and reservations are also given for SC and ST in elections. Some seats, you know, everywhere few seats are there for SC and ST, it will be reserved. So one person from that community will be coming for taking over the leadership and participating in the election. And next we see, and after this, here in 1890, yeah, in 1989, what happened? Supreme Court had given the responsibility to the government to Supreme Court had given responsibility to the government to eradicate the what you call this untouchability. So it was a responsibility of the government to see that this untouchability will be eradicated. Excuse me. And so these are the measures which are taken by the government, legal measures taken to eradicate untouchability. Overall, excuse me. Yeah, overall, you should see main architect is B.R. Ambedkar. In all the fields, he has encouraged the what you call not only encouraged, he made it compulsory, and he had taken what you call so many decisions to uplift this. And we have the Indian Constitution has considered these all, and they are at the peak now. And now, of course, it is very compulsory. Everybody now, education, you know, It's a main weapon to fight against all the evil practices. Okay, anywhere you can see, for everything, education is very, very important. So, for in the education sphere, in the job facilities, you see in the property facilities, all that our Indian constitution had made rules and compulsory rules and regulations for them. And now, of course, being educated, if you're seeing now corona doesn't come only for SC or ST. It may come to a Brahmin, it may come to Kshatriya, everybody it may come. So here, corona, see, being a disease also, here it won't consider. It is considering only human beings. Okay, if you are a human being, I'll come. That's all it is saying. But here it is not like that. So you can see like that. See, God has created human beings. That's all. He didn't divide and send us to the earth. By birth, we didn't write that you are SC or your ST or anything like that, or you are untouchable, you are a Brahmin, or like that. God has not sent us to the earth. He has sent us to take birth as a human beings on the earth. So we should have that humanity, and first of all, ethically, we should see that we are all equal. So that from our heart or from our blood only, such things should be taken out. See, it's not that SC is having blue blood or others are having red blood. All human beings are having red blood, same organs, same everything. So there is no need to follow all this. So, but of course, those who are following, for them, legal measures are there, and if in case they follow compulsorily, they will be under the jurisdiction and will be punished. Whoever is doing that, they will be punished. So, with this, I end up my class, and before I end up, I'll give you the portions for FA1 children. So, FA1, whatever I have given in the notes, that is history, unit 1 and 2, next political science, unit 1, okay, then then I gave you geography, unit 1. In this, you have to learn to draw India map and mark, which I had given in the previous class, whatever marking and all that you have to learn. Okay. With this, children, I end up my class. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe.